Welcome to another episode of Amputee Outdoors. Today we're looking for old growth trees along the Carbon River Trail and going to go all the way up to Ipsut Campgrounds where I'm probably going to have lunch. And on the way we're going to be looking for old growth trees. And I've been totally nerdy about this. I've even bought a tape measure to measure a few of them just so you can understand how big these trees can be. So come along with me and we'll go look for some old growth trees. Come on. Before we go too far, let's put this into geographical context. The trail we're along is the Carbon River Trail in the northwest corner of the Mount Rainier State Park. This trail used to be a road that led up to the Ipsut Creek campgrounds, but because of washouts it's slowly eroded over time and is no longer available to cars. The majority of the trees are second growth trees. However, along the way you will see some beauties like this one. I wasn't kidding about bringing along a tape measure. Yeah, I'm that much of a nerd. .29-foot circumference, so at its base, probably about 31 feet at the circumference. These big trees really stand out in comparison to their younger siblings around them. This one is smaller, but still an impressive 20 feet 7 inches circumference. Big trees like this will reach anything from 200 to 300 feet. Pretty impressive. Depending upon the species, these big trees are anything between 200 to 500 years old, some perhaps older. This big guy comes in at just shy of 28 feet. And no, I wasn't going to measure every big tree I saw. Tempting though. This little tree cave caught my eye, and I just had to investigate. Because this trail used to be a road, it's fairly flat. There's only about 500 feet of elevation gain, and it's a remarkably easy stroll. The valley the Carbon River flows through is what is known as an inland rainforest. So as you're going along, you're going to see a lot of moss. Everything is green. Lots of rain all year long throughout this whole valley. For the first roughly 3/4 of the trail, you don't see the Carbon River very much, if at all. Mostly what you're coming across is these small creeks that feed into the Carbon River. And then you get to the Carbon River, and you can see some of the areas that have washed out. If you're fortunate, you'll come across some deer, or perhaps even elk along this trail. In my younger days, when I had both legs, I probably would have tried to climb up that. As the Carbon River shifts in its banks, it tends to wash over some parts of the trail, but it's easy enough to follow. At this point, I would just like to say thank you to all the people that volunteer their time and effort to putting up these bridges that help us get across these little streams and rivers. You guys do a lot of hard work, and it's appreciated. Thank you so much. As you can see, the weather around here, the river, the climate, it all takes a heavy toll on the infrastructure. And so a lot of work does go into maintaining and repairing these little bridges. This concrete bridge here is the last remnant of the road that led to Ipsut Creek Campground. After walking past several really nice campsites and a couple of toilets, you'll get to this nice log cabin, around back of which is a lean-to with a picnic table. Perfect for a place to stop, take a break, and maybe even cook up a meal. This was a great point. It's about 5 miles into the trail, good for stopping, sitting down, and just relaxing and listening to the rain. After enjoying my lunch, it was time to head back down the trail. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this hike, please like, subscribe, and as always, see you out there.